NCAA totals picks for Wednesday, December 14th. This is our segment where we check out some NCAA basketball games and see if we can beat the odds makers on the total line, the final score of the game. So we're going to take a look at 3 games today. We're rolling right along in NCAA hoops. NBA segment, we're doing a little bit better. We had a good day yesterday, but that's out there as well. Same concept. So don't forget to check that out, and don't forget to check out SBR for all the lines, odds, sign up bonuses, blacklist, all sorts of good stuff there on our website. SBR, be sure to check us out. Let's dive into some games. Here we go. First one up we got is Princeton and St. Joe's. Oddsmakers, I got it at 138, and I'm going under that number. Princeton really likes to shoot the three, as everybody knows, they're going to do really well in the Ivy League this year. I don't know about St. Joe's in the A10, but I don't think this game's going to go very fast. That's the main point here. So the 138 is a bit too much. Princeton, like I said, about the three, they average 26.6 3-pointers per game. That ranks 25th in NCAA hoops. And, St. Joe's is not a really good defensive team this year so far. They've had some tough competition, and they faced some fast competition as well. And I don't think that's going to be the same today. I mean, look at some of the games St. Joe's has played. They've played, I'm bouncing around a little bit, but just stick with me. St. Joe's, they played Villanova, who's fast, NC State, who's fast, Mississippi, who's fast. Those are all pretty quick tempo teams. And now they're facing a Princeton team that doesn't go very fast, and I think this is going to stay a little bit lower. So some of their totals have been kind of high, but that's only because they played up tempo teams. Princeton's not like that. Right now, we got St. Joe's averaging 70.6 points per game, and Princeton 67.7 points per game. So that's not really that kind of gets us at the number. Defensively, neither team is particularly that good, but their shooting percentages aren't great. That's why I don't think we get there. That and the tempo. First, let's talk about their shooting percentages. Right now, St. Joe's, they're shooting just 41.8% from the field. This is a really different club here for Phil Martelli. They might struggle a little bit this year. And then you got Princeton overall, they're shooting 42.8%. They shoot the three decently well at 36.6%, but that's not, anything super awesome. The tempo is what gets me. And what gets me really is that Princeton tempo. Right now, they're allowing opponents just 52.3 attempts per game. That ranks 22nd in the country. This is going to be really hard to get up and down, and I don't think they get there. I think the 138 is a bit too much, and I just don't think they're going to be able to shoot well enough to get there. So if they shoot lights out, they shoot lights out. But I tempo-wise and percentage-wise, I think that's a bit too much. All right, next one up. It's close to about the right number, but a bit too much. All right, next one up is one of the most interesting totals I've seen in the last couple of days, and this is Wisconsin Green Bay and Wisconsin 147.5. And the only reason I say that is because when I see 147.5 and Wisconsin, the Badgers, on a game like that, I think, wow, definitely under. That's a lot of points. Now, granted, Wisconsin Green Bay goes really fast, and they do give up a lot of points, so it starts to make a little bit more sense. But I'm an old school guy, and I don't know if I have mentioned this before, but I did want to mention it in this video. My father was a college basketball coach, which is a reason why I love basketball so much. And so I'm kind of old school. I'm like Bobby Knight back in the day, and Dean Smith, back in the day, and that sort of stuff. So, when I digress. When I get back to Wisconsin, I think of Dick Bennett, and I think of Bo Ryan and slower pace Wisconsin teams. That motion offense and slower shot clock. So for me, I have to kind of grasp the fact that this is not those guys. Wisconsin goes pretty fast, and they'll go up tempo with teams that do. Look at what they did against Marquette. They scored 93 points, and that's a Steve Wojciechowski team with everybody back that likes to push tempo. Marquette's pretty talented. They're better than Wisconsin and Green Bay. So that's going to be a little bit tougher to get Wisconsin Green Bay on board for them to score, because the Badgers do play great deep. Let's look at some stats here, and we'll go ahead and move on. Well, Wisconsin Green Bay, they're scoring 77.5 points per game. Wisconsin 77.4. Defensively, way different. We got the Badgers, they're allowing 61.4, but Green Bay 82.5. That ranks as one of the highest scoring defenses in the country. They're going to give a lot. Wisconsin's going to score over 90. So in my opinion, can Green Bay keep up and score 60? Yeah, I think so. They're going to get blown out. At least they should. Sometimes they play them scrappy. Over the last 10 years, we've seen that. But percentage-wise, Wisconsin, they're really tough. They're shooting right now, the Badgers, I was looking at Wisconsin. Well, let's talk about Wisconsin Green Bay, since I was looking at them. Not great percentages across the board, but they are shooting 49.7% on their 2-point shots. Now, Wisconsin, they are shooting 48.7% overall and they're shooting 58.5% on their 2-point shots. They are going to score, and they don't mind getting up and down. Wisconsin Green Bay goes ridiculously fast too at 64.2 attempts per game, and they allow in the other in 66.5. That's a lot. Those are two of the highest in college basketball. So look for this game to get up and down. I'm going over that 147.5. Last one up, 133 with St. Mary's and Kentucky. Western Kentucky, excuse me, what the odds makers have it. And I'm going under. I've been hot and cold with St. Mary's, but I just don't think the pace is going to be there. Last time we had under on St. Mary's, they just shot lights out. I don't think that's going to happen tonight. Western Kentucky, they're okay, but I just don't think St. Mary's is going to shoot as lights out as they did. And they can. I mean, right now, they are shooting 50.9% overall and over 59% of their 2-point shots. That's ridiculous. They're tough. That's a good Gales team. Randy Bennett, man, good coach. He's not. I don't know if he's going to be there much longer. He'll probably move on. Okay, so we got Western Kentucky. They're averaging 66.6 points per game. St. Mary's 76.2. This gets us way over the total. But defensively, let's look at the numbers. Western Kentucky, although they're allowing 70 points per game, St. Mary's is allowing just 61. They're so good defensively, and the tempo is not going to be really that fast. If Western Kentucky wants to keep this interesting, which they're probably not, they're going to have to go at a decently slow tempo, and they have shown the propensity to do that. Back to my word of the week. Averaging 53.1 attempts per game. That's one of the slowest in NCAA basketball. And they cannot shoot the ball at 41.6%. I mean, look at some of their scores. I mean, they averaged recently, they had a good game against Indiana State, but prior to that, they scored 56, 59, 61, 47. They're going to struggle to score tonight. St. Mary's, great defense. They allow just 52.4 attempts per game, so they're going to go pretty slow. I think for this 133 kind of tells me odds makers believe this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I believe they're right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take under the total on that 133. It looks low, but St. Mary's has the D to keep Western Kentucky to a real low number, so that's going to be my play there. All right, let's go ahead and recap that. I don't even need to look at my paper anymore. Let's recap it right here. All right, we got Princeton and St. Joe's. I'm going under the 138. I think that's a bit too much. Western Kentucky and, excuse me, see, I already messed up and I didn't even look. Wisconsin Green Bay and Wisconsin 147.5, and we're going to go over the over. And Western Kentucky and St. Mary's 133. We are going on the under for that. So those are our 3 NCAA basketball plays. And I wish you luck. Check out SBR, and I wish you luck on your plays.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.